Identifying misuse in technology is vital if you're going to be productive with implementing intentional technology in the classroom. There are many types of misuse when it comes to technology, but today we are focused on internet and time of usage. Examples of misuse are being on the wrong tab, being on restricted websites, being on social media, inappropriate searches, and device use during instruction. There are many ways to avoid the misuse of technology in your class, but I believe the three we will cover today are the most effective. Classroom setup. Not having your class set up appropriately will make it difficult for the teacher to freely move around the room and be in close proximity to the students at any given time. Proximity. Being in close proximity of students at any given time allows you to better see what students are doing. It allows you to curb misuse of technology without having to stop teaching and address those issues. Clear and concrete directions using the CAP method also helps avoid misuse of technology by providing students with the precise directions needed to perform a task without constantly repeating and redirecting. Classroom setup has a lot to do with helping avoid misuse of technology. The classroom on the left shows how an open classroom setup can make it easier for the teacher to move around the room and be in good proximity with all students. The teacher also has good visual access to what the students are doing and what students are viewing. The classroom on the right doesn't allow for fluid access to all areas of the classroom, making it difficult to have good proximity with students. Making sure you're moving around the classroom and being in close proximity of the students will also help alleviate misuse. Students are less likely to engage in misuse if the teacher is close or the probability of the teacher walking by is high. Being able to use proximity effectively is dependent on classroom setup. If your classroom setup is not conducive to allowing you to move freely throughout the class, then misuse could occur in those areas. Clear and concrete directions using the CAP method provide students with the specificity needed to complete a task without misunderstanding, repeating, and/or redirection. When having students get their Chromebooks out, you would want to give the following CAP directions. Walking quietly, get your Chromebooks, return to your seat, and wait for further directions. This communicates how they are to get their Chromebooks, the action they are to perform, and their participation or end product. Too often, directions are too vague, leaving room for students to interpret them how they want. For example, go get your Chromebooks. With these directions, most students will go to their Chromebooks and get them in a variety of ways. They will more than likely return to their desk and start using them immediately. The teacher then has to redirect students over and over or repeat and adjust their initial directions. Even with placing the correct safeguards in place to avoid technology misuse, there will still be misuse. When this happens, you must have a plan in place for addressing misuse of technology. We will discuss this more in depth in Lesson 7. Please complete the questions that go with this lesson.